And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today's video. We are going to be digging deep into the latest lawsuit that is filed against Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z, y'all. Jay-Z has been named by name as having done some really horrendous things, and you're gonna learn all of the details here in this video. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you are not subscribed, do subscribe, y'all. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's get into it. So, plaintiff Jane Doe, by and through her attorneys, the Busby law firm, for her complaint alleges as follows. Intro. Defendant Sean Combs, along with longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, so two Seans, drugged and R-worded a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Music Video Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns. So this is saying that Carter participated. Many others were present at the after party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. In 2000, near the height of his fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events occurred. So plaintiff Jane Doe resides in Alabama. Does not mean that she was residing in Alabama at that time. So we don't know if she's from Alabama or just lives there now. Let's get to the actual events so we can see exactly what is said to have happened. Y'all bear with me. Jurisdiction and venue, factual allegations. Okay, here we go. This is where the September 7th date comes from. On or around September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had a friend drive and drop her off near Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the VMAs. Attending the VMAs was on plaintiff's bucket list, and she believed she could gain entry. So she was 13. She already had a bucket list. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. Plaintiff was very excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on a jumbotron. Determined to get into the VMAs or an after party, she approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way into either. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to his location after the event and that he, would pick her up and take her to the after party. Later that evening, plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed to her a long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her to what he described as, quote, the after party. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document, which plaintiff did not read, but which she now believes to have been a NDA. She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave the men her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. So y'all, as a quick comment, some people are saying, why would a 13-year-old sign an NDA? It's credible that everybody who entered this party had to sign an NDA regardless who you were. So does it have legal effect and all those questions aside? The idea that anybody entering this party would have signed it is believable to me. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talked to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she had wanted to see at the VMAs. Wait staff circulated through the room carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish yellow mixture and that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of the drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and or his agents, employees, to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. So this is what they are alleging Combs and his agents used to put GHB, which is a drug that disorients you, into the drinks. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it. She entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment, but she did not lock the door. This room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any other kind, television, or other furnishings. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity. Okay, y'all. So a woman celebrity entered, is what the complaint says. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. So, y'all, who could have been the female celebrity in the year 2000, September 7th, the year 2000? Who could have been that female celebrity? Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and said, "You're ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. So she was already on the bed, apparently, because she was looking to lay down. Was she still standing up? At that point, Carter began removing her clothing as she grew more and more disoriented. This is Carter, y'all. At that point, Carter. Okay? So this is directly naming Jay-Z as the person who's doing. Combs was assaulting her and battering her, and Carter was, well, doing the same, by the way. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he, I'm going to just, y'all can see, as he R-worded her while Combs and celebrity B watched. Okay, so maybe I was tripping. I thought that it said that Combs was the person who was perpetrating while Carter watched. This is saying, so I'm getting myself straight here. This is saying that Carter was the person who perpetrated while Combs watched, y'all. Y'all, I'm just reading through the complaint. I am certainly not asserting that any of this is true or actually happened, okay? After Carter finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and did the same. Okay, so Carter was said to have watched, but after he had already done what he did. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform some, y'all can see that. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. When Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and ran out of the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a towel. She ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave the party. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of plaintiff's distress or attempted to help her. Once outside, plaintiff put her clothes back on and left the scene in the dark. Plaintiff attempted to retrace the route taken by the limo driver. She kept running until she reached the gas station she noticed on the way to the party. A female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Plaintiff called her father, admitted that she had lied about her whereabouts, and asked him to pick her up. Plaintiff's father arrived to pick her up shortly before dawn. After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression, which continues to affect every facet of her life. Plaintiff suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and a seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma. Plaintiff has had difficulty maintaining normal relationships and lives largely withdrawn from society. So, y'all, there we have the exact allegations. Okay. So the first cause of action, plaintiff hereby incorporates each of the foregoing paragraphs as if fully set forth herein. And let's go skip to 64. The requirement that the crime of violence be committed because of gender or on the basis of gender and due at least in part to an animus based on the victim's gender is satisfied because defendants Combs and Carter forced plaintiff to engage without consent. Jane Doe could not effectively consent because of her age, etc. The Combs business enabled and conspired with Combs and Carter to commit the crime of violence motivated by gender because Combs and Carter assaulted plaintiff at a party related to or referencing Combs' business. Whoa, this is tough, y'all. This is tough stuff here. So I'm not gonna read all of the rest of this. I think we got the gist of what this is all about, y'all. So I'm gonna go back to this press conference. I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I feel like what we're seeing here is he's laying the seeds. He's planting the seeds for this lawsuit. If you listen to his words that he uses.
But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly, but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. And I'm talking about the people that participated.
Okay, so what we have here is we have a person, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, who is said to have participated, and we have the woman celebrity who is said to have watched. Now, in the chat, y'all have been speculating that it might be a particular person. I'm not going to say that person's name, but the year 2000 would have presumably been around Diddy at that time. We can certainly speculate who that might have been.
Encouraged it, egged it on. They know who they are. I call them the facilitators of foul play, willing participants in vile conduct. As we identify them, each will be part of this case as defendants. These defendants will not only include individuals, but would also include corporate entities
Diddy's
who
companies
ultimately profited off of this culture and behavior. I'm looking at banks, pharmaceutical companies, hotels. We know that many of these individuals were paid cash. We know that many of these individuals involved, whether they were the ones being assaulted and abused, or they're witnessing other people being assaulted and abused and then paid and threatened and told to leave.
All right, I'm gonna read Jay-Z's statement one more time, y'all, because I think that it's important that he, as the accused, has the last word. So I'm gonna read his statement one more time, what he had to say about this, and then we're gonna wrap up this topic. So, Jay-Z says, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. So that's the guy we were just watching. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So, no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and the human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have had to watch their life story, who have had to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out the projects of Brooklyn. We do not play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me. That, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.